What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with another Destiny 2 video. It is the 1st of April, so I'm very pleased to confirm that Bungie are bringing back Dreg's Promise to Destiny 2, and all we need to do in order to get it is run the Sunless cell blindfolded with an N64 controller. Of course I'm kidding, it's April Fool's Day. No Dreg's Promise, just a promise from me to start telling the truth. It is, however, the launch of Act 3 today for Heresy. That part is real, we're getting the Sunless cell strike, the continuation of the Heresy story, and a few other things which we'll talk about. Also, there's a game update for D2 today, so we'll do our best to round up the patch notes. Otherwise, we'll touch on featured content for the week and a handful of things right here. So if you guys enjoy this one, feel free to get subscribed to the channel and I'll keep you posted with more real Destiny content. Otherwise though, now let's get into it. So with the launch of Act 3 today, in the typical fashion, we'll get more quest steps for the main Heresy story. Probably best to go and do that stuff first, as it will lead us to any of the new content that we'll get access to. There are some updates for the Nether and Court of Blades, plus the arrival of the Sunless cell strike returning from Destiny 1, so that's going to be pretty fun, and I'm sure we'll discover the other changes for the game today as we play through. So as always, I will keep you guys up to date with that stuff. Otherwise, as you can see from that new image of the Darkblade right there, Bungie have updated the Heresy Act 3 page. So one of the key revelations from this is that we now have a date for Rite of the 9th. So Bungie say, starting on May 6th, take up a challenge issued by the 9, experience a collection of remixed Destiny 2 dungeons with a variety of challenges designed for both new and veteran players. Victory brings its spoils in the form of new unique rewards to collect. So there we have it, that's the Rite of the 9 date, May 6th, and that is not an April Fool's joke, by the way. Funnily, we'd speculated just a few days ago that May 6th would be the launch date for this content, given that a bunch of Bungie rewards actually expire on that date as well. So there we have it, and of course Rite of the 9 will be a 3-week rotation of the updated dungeons, so that'll keep us busy in terms of first run-throughs for those for the majority of May, which is certainly nice, and of course we'll have to wait for further details on Frontiers. Next up though, we have patch notes for the update today, which is update 8253. So getting into the changes, we have Court of Blades initially, and they fixed a potential softlock that could occur when defeating shards of Herask, or Hezrak, too quickly after they appear. On top of that, they removed the dire-taking captains from the randomized fodder selection due to their excessive burst damage on expert difficulty, so that's no longer a thing. Additionally though, we do get some of the weapon tuning, like the changes for Redrix's S-Stock, which we've spoken about. There's a reduction in range, handling, and aim assist on the weapon. Also an adjustment for machine guns and the amount of ammo that they'll get from heavy crates in PvP. We've spoken about those changes a couple of times, but you can see them on screen. Otherwise, for auto rifles and the support frame, they fixed hit detection against damageable non-combatants, such as urns in the Nether, and also for rocket-assisted sidearms, they fixed an issue where detonations ignored certain object types, such as ammo. So shoot to loot, will now work properly on them. In addition to that though, right here, for exotic weapons and Thorn, they fixed an issue where the Soul Devourer buff appeared on screen while the weapon was stowed, and for Microcosm, an issue where the weapon could not stun Overload champions when the Overload Trace Rifle artifact perk was active. Finally though, for weapon mods and the Power of Ambition, they fixed the problem that allowed swords with the Power of Ambition mod and the Relentless Strike perk together to gain infinite ammo, so that's no longer a thing. Otherwise, there were a couple of additional adjustments for perks like the Lone Wolf change and the adjustment to closing time, which we've also previously spoken about. So those are the patch notes for today, and I'll link the full article for them down below. Moving on, as we mentioned, the Iron Banner is back in the tower as well. There's also additional Valor this week, which is nice. And then Act 3 has started, so as always, we can jump into the quest stuff. There's a cool cutscene as you sign in, so I won't spoil that, but some neat stuff to discover as part of Act 3, and I'll keep you guys posted on any important details. Now though, let's take a look at the Eververse store for the week. We can see right here, we still have access to the Stasis armor ornaments available for silver in the store, but focusing on Bright Dust items, the first week without Guardian games for a little while. Initially, there is the Rimshot exotic emote available here for 3,250 Bright Dust this week. Additionally, for the front page, we have the Rotor Engine exotic Sparrow, which is a new one for this episode with a pretty wild trail on it. Looks rather experimental. That one's 2,500 Bright Dust. And then we have the Seaver Emergence Transman effect. As always, these cost 450 Bright Dust. We'll preview it again. And for the front page shaders, initially, we have Ultra Clean available this week. Not sure how clean that really looks. On top of that, for the front page, there is Cerulean Divide. And as always, these will cost 300 Bright Dust. But as we move over to the main Bright Dust section right here, we have the Victory Jam, exotic emote, which is up for 3,250 Bright Dust as well this week. Also, there is the Stepped In It, a rare emote, which is up for 400 Bright Dust. We'll have a quick preview of that one, another new one for the episode. Then there is the Lumen Shell, quite a few new episode items available this week. That's a rather curious looking thing. Available for 2,850 Bright Dust. And then there is the Diamagnetic Hover exotic ship, which is quite interesting as well this week for 2,000 Bright Dust. Also, though, we have the Gatecrasher exotic sparrow, which is 2,500 Bright Dust this week. Once again, a rather curious looking thing with some kind of bubbles going on in the background. And then we have the Dead Again ornament for Dead Man's Tale, which is from back in Revenant, sort of with a DSC theme on it, which is pretty cool right there for 1,250 Bright Dust. For the Ghost projection here, though, we have the Celestial projection. As always, these are 1,500 Bright Dust. Then for the second page of shaders, initially, there is Oiled Gunmetal up for grabs right here. We also have Nectar Dynamo available this week. Once again, these will be 300 Bright Dust. And then we've got the Irradiant Charoite up for grabs as well, which is certainly a very strange looking thing. Finally, though, there is the Princely Presents available in the store this week as well. So give us your thoughts on those, but the final items include the Fallen Arrival Transmat effect. All the transmats are 450 Bright Dust. Additionally, this week we have Up in Smoke available in the store. And finally, the Crystalline Breakout is up for grabs once again. So there we go, guys. That is the Eververse rotation for the week, and let us know in the comment section if you plan to pick anything up. Some other bits of content to mention for the week, though. Of course, Iron Banner has returned, so if you're looking to pick up the Warlord Spear, the new Trace Rifle, or any other rewards from the Iron Banner, we've got the next week where we can jump back into the playlist. Otherwise, the exotic mission this week is Starcrossed, which of course will drop the Wishkeeper exotic bow, so a good one to go after if anyone still needs it. And then for the featured raids, we have Last Wish, which can drop the 1,000 Voices, and Vow of Disciple, which has the Collective Obligation. And on top of the exotics, the entire loot table for those is completely farmable this week, which is nice. Also, for the first time, hopefully, if everything's working, but Vesper's Host will be farmable this week as well. So for anyone who's been trying to get the Icebreaker, it should be possible to repeat farm the boss this week for chances at that drop. Our final mention here, though, is for the Lost Sectors this week. So for today, we have Chamber of Starlight in the Dreaming City. Then on the 2nd of April, it'll be Hydroponics Delta, followed by Gilded Precept on the 3rd, Thrillerdrome for the 4th. Then we'll have Pale Heart Lost Sectors with the Broken Deep on April 5th, Blooming Deep for the 6th. And finally, Bunker E15 will be featured on the 7th of April. And those Lost Sectors have chances to drop the World Weapons, as well as Exotic Engrams if you clear them solo. So good luck on the hunt if you're after any rewards. But for today, guys, that's what we have to round up in this video. I'll keep you posted, though, on the Heresy updates and new content through the week. So keep it locked and loaded, get subscribed to the channel, and I will keep you up to date. If you've enjoyed the video, let us know as well in the comment section what you'll be getting up to first with the update today. And a rating below really would help us out as well. Otherwise, though, cheers for watching, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.